How's it going, everyone? I'm Kylie, this is Games Unlimited, and I'm going to talk to you about a few games I got a chance to play this week, starting off with Mysterium Park. This is a cooperative game where one person plays a ghost. This is a person that was murdered at the park some years ago, and they are trying to communicate to the other players, who are psychic investigators, let them know who actually killed them, what part of the park they were murdered in. But they can only communicate through these vision cards. These are very surreal cards. They use evocative artwork subject to a lot of different interpretations. And the ghost is going to hand out cards to each of the players. Each player has a character that the ghost knows that they're trying to communicate, this person didn't do it, this person's innocent. So you hand out these cards to the other players, who then get to look at the vision, talk about them amongst themselves, try to figure out, does this, I think the ghost might be telling us that it's this person, I think it might be this location. A wonderful communication game. This is a streamlined version of the original big box Mysterium, so this plays a little bit faster. It uses these cards for the ghost to sort of show them where on the board the different people might be. Just an all-around good time. If you like communication style games, if you like games that sort of make you think creatively, Mysterium Park is one to check out. Next up, a game that is now on our demo shelf, or our demo table. This is an older title, probably about 5 or 6 years old, called Dice Forge. And this is a very unique game because it is a dice crafting game. So I'm not talking about dice building, which is a form of deck building where maybe I have a bag of different dice. No, in this game, you actually custom make your own dice. So each player has 2 6-sided dice. And these dice have sides with resources on them. There's a couple of different types of resources, there's gold and things like that. But over the course of the game, you're literally gonna pop sides off of your die and put better sides on there. So maybe I replace the side that when I roll it gives me 2 gold, and now it gives me 4 gold or 5 gold. Maybe when I roll a certain side, I've placed something that gives me a special ability based on these cards up here, that I get to do something the other players won't be able to do. It's a really cool game that plays fast, and the random element isn't so great because you roll these dice a lot. You're actually, I believe the game lasts between 8 and 10 rounds, depending on player count, but you're gonna roll your die on every player's turn, not just yours. So every turn you get to roll both of your dice and start collecting resources. Then on your turn, you'll be able to buy special abilities, buy new die faces. So it really mitigates that idea that, well, it's a dice roller, it's gonna be all luck. There's a bit of skill in this game, and it's beautiful, very affordable price point. That is Dice Forge. Come down, check it out. We have it in one of our display cases. Last up this week is a behemoth, one that I've dusted off. We haven't had it out in a while, but we have been showing this off and it's been doing well. Oh, and that's Fireball Island. This is the new redo of Fireball Island, The Curse of Volcar. This came out a few years ago by a company called Restoration Games, whose entire mission statement is to take old games that we loved, but that may not have aged very well, and make them fun today. Make them actually, I like to think of it as the way they make the game, it's as fun as you remember it being, even if the old game wasn't actually as fun as you remember it being. So Fireball Island is a classic game. Of course, the centerpiece being this giant 3-dimensional board with Volcar up there, who's gonna spit fireballs out. They're gonna roll all over the board, knock down your piece, knock down other players' pieces. It's a mad scramble. You're going to move your character around the island trying to pick up treasures. You're going to get points for collecting sets of treasures. You're going to get points for being able to visit certain parts of the island. You're going to get points for being risky, actually pick up the heart of Volcar, which is worth a lot of points. But players are going to trigger rolling these fireballs down. They might get to flick a fireball to try to knock someone over, or actually drop fireballs into Volcar, and he moves. This figure actually moves around, so you can aim them at the people you want to fall down. It's just it's a rollicking good time. Plays in about half hour, 45 minutes. There are many expansions. If you come down, you can check those out, including one that has a whole pirate ship, half-sunken pirate ship that sits off the board and shoots cannonballs, so you're trying to hit the other players. There's just a lot going on. If you remember Fireball Island, this is even better than you remember, so I recommend you come check it out. All right. That is Kylie's picks for this week. I encourage you to come down, ask us about these. Take a peek at Dice Forge. Take a peek at Fireball Island. We'd love to answer any questions. Please send us an email. Leave us a comment if you also have any questions. We just want you to come down, pick up a game, and unbox some fun. I'll see you later.